Hello viewers and welcome back to our channel. I'm sure you guys must have the word red flag once or twice in your lives, but do you know what it means? Do you know what they look like? No, don't get all worried. This video will answer all your questions and I will tell you the red flags you should not ignore in yourself. These can help you in getting a girl as well, so keep on watching. But before diving in all those, let me answer the big question. What are red flags? A real warning of some danger is the definition of a red flag. Like the red flag a candidate's angry outburst conveys to the electorate about his temperament, or like the signal flag flown by a ship that is sinking. Since the 17th century, red flags have been used to indicate dangerous situations, from military flags indicating the beginning of a conflict to the red flag at a lifeguard station alerting beachgoers to dangerous water conditions. Even some spam filters use the term red flags to describe their junk email alerts. Figuratively, actions usually equal to a red flag. He ate all my food and left the toilet seat up. It raised a red flag about choosing him as a roommate. Having said that, these are 12 red flags you should and ignore in yourself at any cost. Number 1. Unconstructive self-talk. Negative self-talk is described by psychologist Dr. Elizabeth Scott as any inner dialogue you have with yourself that may be limiting your ability to believe in yourself and your own abilities and to reach your potential. Therefore, it's already a red flag if you have a tendency to continually criticize yourself and have a lot of self-deprecating thoughts even ones you pass off as jokes. Positive self-talk actually raises the likelihood of mental health issues like diminished motivation, helplessness, and even depression, according to study by Kinderman, Ponton, and Tai. Number 2. You can't enforce boundaries. Regardless of the type of relationships dynamic you are a part of, setting and enforcing boundaries is crucial. Every relationship, whether it involves parents, partners, siblings, friends, or coworkers, needs to have a defined limit that should never be crossed. Additionally, it's a warning sign if you are unable to maintain limits or if you permit others to simply violate them without consequence. A factor that enters into this is people-pleasing, which can result in highly toxic interactions that later cause issues. Number 3. You aren't willing to put in the work. Each relationship requires work. To make the relationship worthwhile for your partner, you must put in the work. However, if you only contribute the bare minimum while expecting the other person to carry the majority of the load, this is a huge red flag. Relationships call the investment of time, effort, sacrifice, and flexibility. If you are unwilling to make any of these commitments, the relationship is probably not right for you. Number 4. You are unwilling to work on yourself. Having a healthy relationship with oneself is the first step towards creating a healthy relationship. You are a walking warning sign if you are someone who is aware of your faults but refuses to address them. Growth requires both self-reflection and introspection. It's time to realize you are carrying a massive red flag inside of yourself if you are not prepared to perform those things. Number 5. You base your value on other relationships. It's very problematic if you place more value in what other people think of you than in who you are. If you constantly need for affirmation from other people and think that another person would complete you, therapy is what you need, not a partner. It is not a partner's responsibility to ride in on a white horse and save you. You are not a damsel in distress. You are a man. Man up. Find your self-worth, seek professional assistance, and then pursue love. Discover your true self, accept who you are, and look after it. Number 6. You are too self-centered. Being a little bit selfish is okay. You should prioritize yourself, but you should stop and think when your self-centeredness deliberately harms other people. Self-centered persons frequently struggle to love others. They are more likely to be takers than givers, and a one-sided relationship cannot last. So, remember you are a man and a protector, but also a provider. Number 7. You are not a good listener. Being a good listener requires active skill, which not many people have. You are a lousy listener if you only hear someone speak without paying attention to what they have to say. Being able to listen to people is an essential ability for relationships. Instead of only listening to things that will help you, you need to know if the other person has any complaints or problems that they want to discuss. Thus, another warning sign you should watch out for in yourself is a poor sense of listening. Number 8. You can't handle rejection. Life will inevitably involve rejection, thus learning how to handle it well is a necessary life skill. It's time to take a serious look in the mirror if you act like a child who has a tantrum when their favorite sweet is taken away from them in a candy store, or if a girl rejects you but you continue to stalk her. That is toxic. Those who react harshly when rejected are the ones who can't manage rejection well. Learn some grace, it will simplify your life. This leads to our next important red flag. Number 9. Avoidant Detachment. People with avoidant attachment patterns are more likely to be emotionally detached and walled off, according to a BetterHelp article that April Justice, a licensed clinical social worker, reviewed from a medical perspective. They frequently find long-term intimacy and closeness in partnerships to be unsettling. As a result, they don't immediately engage in a conversation and work together to find a solution when there is a disagreement. Instead, they are more likely to completely shun the other person or engage in other self-destructive activities such as lying, ghosting, or never seeking any help. Number 10. You lack empathy. Anyone who exhibits apathy does not look good. One life skill that everyone should possess is empathy. You establish human, emotional bonds by doing it. You are the epitome of a red flag if you are unwilling to see the misery and suffering of others and choose to focus solely on yourself. Everyone has issues, but if you believe that just your issues deserve consideration and answers, you are in for a surprise. Number 11. Toxic perfectionism. Dr. Christine Adams, in an article for Psychology Today, discusses self-control freaks, or what some people might think of as toxic perfectionism, which is connected to it. Dr. Adams claims that the issue with these people is that they expect themselves to perform perfectly and without error, and as a result, they are just setting themselves up for failure and disappointment. This is not only a clear sign of weakness and a red flag, but it's also a bad habit for your mental well-being. Number 12. Social media addiction. Addiction to social media is a unique sign of trouble that you might not be aware of. It has a significant impact on the mental health and academic performance of college students, according to a 2019 study by researchers like Huet Ali, the authors of a Healthline article. DRS, Christine Cherney and Timothy Legg, who work in the field of mental health, list a few potential negative effects of excessive social media use, including low self-esteem, increased feelings of loneliness, anxiety or depression, the onset of social anxiety disorder, disturbed sleep patterns, decreased physical activity, ignoring real-world relationships, and a decreased capacity for empathy, were all the things discussed already. And with that, our list of red flags that you must not ignore come to an end. I hope you found today's video informative and interesting. Do not forget to click the button to like and subscribe to our channel down below. Smashing the bell icon will make sure you never miss any of our uploads. Share this video to all your male friends and family members. Lastly, please leave your precious opinions and all feedback in the comments section below. Let me know if you liked today's video, and I shall catch you all again in the next one.